the soul-sealing stone. In the mist-covered mountains of Longxi, there lay a forgotten village called Huangquan. Hidden from maps and overlooked by time, it was a place few had heard of, and fewer dared visit. North of the village stood an ancient stone, tall, weathered, and glowing faintly at night, like a lantern lit from within. Locals called it the soul-sealing stone. According to legend, over a century ago, a great unrest of the dead had shaken the region. Angry spirits plagued the land until a wandering priest and a village girl performed a secret ritual that bound the spirits beneath the stone. Neither of them was ever seen again. For generations, the villagers honored the stone. They never touched it, never spoke of it to outsiders. And every ghost festival, the eldest woman in the village would burn 3 sticks of incense and prick her finger over the soil in front of it. No one questioned the ritual. All they knew was this: skip, the offering, and the dreams would come. But reverence fades with time. 10 years ago, a young stonemason named Lin Yu arrived in Huangquan. He was skilled, quiet, and respectful, quickly gaining the villagers' trust. Eventually, he married the village chief's daughter and built a modest life there. Yet Lin Yu carried a secret. He had once read an obscure manuscript in the capital's archives that described a relic buried beneath the soul-sealing stone, the jade seal of communion. It was said to allow its bearer to speak with the dead, command spirits, and even alter fate itself. Lin Yu did not believe in curses or spirits. He believed in stone, and every stone had a fault line. On the eve of Ghost Festival, while the village slept, he crept up to the ancient stone with a hammer and chisel. The moment his tool struck the rock, a low rumble echoed across the hills. A wind rose from nowhere. The surrounding fog thickened unnaturally, and then he heard it, a voice echoing from within the stone, layered and distant. "You have broken the vow. The gate opens once more." Frightened, Lin Yu stumbled back. A faint crack had formed along the stone's side, and from within it, a pale bluish glow pulsed like a heartbeat. He fled into the darkness. The next morning, villagers found Lin Yu burning with fever, muttering in confusion. He kept whispering the same things. The seal is real. She never left. She's still inside." His wife tried to care for him, but his condition worsened. His eyes grew sunken, his voice hollow. Strange things began happening. Villagers reported seeing figures standing near the stone at night. People began to go missing, always silently, leaving behind only footprints or torn garments. Even Lin Yu's wife vanished without a trace one morning. Her side of the bed soaked in something cold and damp. Panic spread through Huangquan. No one dared approach the stone, but no one could stop the events either. Just when it seemed the village was doomed, an old man arrived, tall, gaunt, wearing faded robes. He introduced himself as Shu Huai, a descendant of the priest who had once sealed the spirits. "I was sent in a dream," he said simply. "The stone is cracked, and the vow broken. The spirits remember." He brought 2 black dogs, a bag of iron charms, and a scroll of blood-red talismans. For 3 nights, he performed rituals at the base of the stone. Villagers watched from a distance as flames danced without firewood, and shadows circled the clearing, though nothing moved. On the 3rd night, as thunder rumbled through the skies were clear, Shu Huai raised a staff and shouted, "I bind thee once more. Let oath mend what greed has torn." From the crack in the stone, a hand appeared, gray, translucent, and trembling. But unlike before, it made no effort to pull anything. It simply reached outward, as if longing. Then another voice came, gentle and full of sorrow. "Enough! Come home!" The hand slowly withdrew. The glow faded. The crack sealed with a sound like a sigh. Shu Huai collapsed, coughing blood. Before he died, he whispered to those around him, "The stone never held souls. It held a promise. Broken not by spirits, but by men." Since that night, the stone has remained silent. No more dreams, no more disappearances. But some say, if you visit Huangquan on a foggy night, you can still hear a faint voice whispering behind the stone, "We kept our vow. Will you?"